Hello, boxing fans. Welcome to Backchat TV Sports. As always, it's great to have you back again, losers. What an epic night of boxing. Let's discuss what went down with an in-depth breakdown of the highly anticipated Bivol vs Beterbiev card that took place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This event featured some of the best talents in boxing, culminating in a light heavyweight unification bout that had fans on the edge of their seats. Let's dive into each fight and analyze what happened. Undercard results: Muhammad Alakel versus Jesus Gonzalez. Starting off the night, we saw Muhammad Alakel face Jesus Gonzalez in a 6-round bout. Alakel, a rising prospect from Saudi Arabia, showcased his improving skills against the tough Gonzalez. Alakel's strategy focused on using his jab to keep Gonzalez at bay while looking for openings to land power shots. This tactic paid off as he secured a unanimous decision victory, with all 3 judges scoring the fight 40-36 in his favor. Next up was the highly touted Whitaker against Liam Cameron. Whitaker, known for his slick boxing style and flashy footwork, was expected to put on a show. However, this fight took an unexpected turn when both fighters tumbled over the ropes during an exchange. The bout was ruled a draw due to this unusual circumstance. It's a reminder that anything can happen in boxing, and even the most skilled fighters can find themselves in unpredictable situations. Personally, I was enjoying the fight because Liam Cameron was showing his experience in there and was testing the young prospect. I thought Whitaker won the first few rounds, but then started to get hit with some hard shots as Cameron started to really show what he was made of. I think Cameron slightly surprised Whitaker with his speed and power punches, but Whitaker was still slightly edging the fight, throwing more punches than Cameron. Cameron looked to be the bigger puncher, and Whitaker looked as if he was starting to feel the pace a little. I personally had the fight very close, with Whitaker slightly ahead before Cameron got over aggressive and, using his forearm, pushed Whitaker over the ropes and out of the ring. I think Whitaker held on to Cameron to try and stop himself from falling, and I disagree with people saying he was pulling Cameron. I think the fallout was Cameron's fault, and I think that Whitaker should have still won by 1 point, but a draw is still a fair result. I don't think Whitaker quit or was looking for a way out, but was genuinely injured. Nicholson vs Raven Chapman. In the women's featherweight division, we saw Nicholson face off against Raven Chapman. Nicholson, an Olympic medalist, employed her technical boxing skills to great effect. Her game plan revolved around using her superior footwork to create angles and land clean shots while avoiding Chapman's power. This strategy proved successful as Nicholson won a clear, unanimous decision with scores of 99-91 and 98-92 twice. This victory further cements Nicholson's status as a rising star in women's boxing. Eubank Jr. vs Camille Sereta. Eubank Jr. made his return to the ring against Camille Sereta in what turned out to be a showcase of Eubank's power and improved technique. Eubank was clearly motivated to make a statement. He utilized his jab effectively to set up power shots and showed patience in breaking down Sereta. The fight ended in the 7th round, when Eubank's relentless pressure forced the referee to stop the contest, awarding him a TKO victory. This win puts Eubank back in contention for bigger fights in the middleweight division for sure. I clearly saw improvements in Eubank's fitness, strengths, and agility. However, he still lacks defense. Carrying his hands low and simply turning his shoulders to avoid punches will still end in him getting smoked by tougher competition. This obviously includes Canelo, but also includes Conor Benn and Hamza Shiraz. Opaya versus Massie. In a cruiserweight title defense, Opaya faced Jack Massie. Opaya, known for his technical skills and power, dominated the fight from the outset. He used his southpaw stance to create awkward angles for Massie and landed consistently with his straight left hand. Opaya's body attack was particularly effective, gradually wearing down Massie. The fight ended in the 6th round when Massie's corner decided their fighter had taken enough punishment, resulting in a TKO victory for Opaya. This performance solidifies Opaya's position as one of the top cruiserweights in the world. Fabio Wardley vs Fraser Clark. The heavyweight clash between Fabio Wardley and Fraser Clark was highly anticipated, but it ended quicker than most expected. Wardley, known for his explosive power, caught Clark with a looping right hand late in the 1st round. Wardley's game plan of using his speed to get inside Clark's longer reach paid off spectacularly. Once he had Clark hurt, Wardley poured on the pressure, forcing Clark to the canvas. The referee waved off the fight when it was clear Clark couldn't continue, giving Wardley a 1st-round KO victory. This win puts Wardley in a strong position in the heavyweight division and sets him up for potentially bigger fights in the future. Wardley's speed, power, and athleticism is quite spectacular. Clark now has to change his style from being a pure boxer to using his boxing to create opportunities for the knockout. A 6'5" man of Clark's size needs to develop more knockout power at heavyweight to stand a chance. Now, for the main event that boxing fans around the world have been waiting for. Dmitry Bivol, the WBA light heavyweight champion, faced off against Artur Beterbiev, who held the WBC, IBF, and WBO titles. This fight was for all the marbles, the undisputed light heavyweight championship of the world. Bivol, known for his technical brilliance and defensive skills, came into the fight with a perfect record of 23 wins and no losses. His game plan likely revolved around using his footwork and jab to keep the powerful Beterbiev at bay, much like he did in his upset victory over Canelo Alvarez. On the other hand, Beterbiev, with his perfect knockout record of 20 wins, all by stoppage, was expected to pressure Bivol and look for opportunities to land his devastating power shots. Artur Beterbiev was crowned undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world after a controversial majority decision win over Dmitry Bivol. The Russians produced arguably the fight of the year in Saudi Arabia, but the judges decided that it was Beterbiev who was the winner, with the scorecards reading 114, 114, 115, 113, 116, 112. The scorecards probably didn't reflect just how close the fight was, and there will be a lot of fallout over that. The main event topped off an incredible evening of boxing as the undercard lived up to its billing. It's a controversial result, and there is sure to be plenty of reaction around it. Rematch. After seeing that unbelievable encounter, thoughts are quickly turning to a rematch. Both men were asked about the prospect, and they made it clear they would fight again. Speaking after he was crowned undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur Beterbiev was asked if he would face Dmitry Bivol again. To this he said, "If His Excellency wants, we will do." Bivol was also asked the same question, and he said, "Why not? It is my dream to be undisputed," with Glenn Feldman having it as close but in Beterbiev's favor. But Pavel Cardini believed that Bivol only won 4 rounds, which, whatever you look at it, isn't right. Understandably, Dmitry Bivol was left heartbroken at the end of his sensational encounter against Artur Beterbiev, which saw the latter crowned undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world. I personally think the fight was closer than the judges had it, as I had Beterbiev edging it out in the last round to win by a point or two, but I would love to see the rematch between these two greats. For me, Beterbiev gets the nod for his constant pressure and being more active with a higher volume of power punches. He was also the aggressor throughout the fight. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video, because if you didn't, it might have got really ugly for you. But since you did, I really appreciate that. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Backchat TV Sports. Do it now, I ain't got all day.